Sure.
Well, I'm all the way from Detroit, and I've been here for 2 months till March, visiting and staying at my cousins and spending time with my family. So that's been really nice. Sure, that one. When you wake up in the morning, how do you put on your shoes? People take for granted the real abilities they really are lucky to have. So that's one time when I was coming out of a restaurant, me and my mom were leaving this restaurant in Dearborn, and this little kid comes up to me and is walking by us and goes, "Look, Mom, it's a puppet." Laugh, it's right, it's funny. Because that Halloween, I was Pinocchio. The reason I am standing here today is because the doctor said that I would never be able to walk at all. It was a fall day on September 15th in Detroit, Michigan. I was born at Hartsville Hospital, and my mom and dad knew that there was something wrong, but they didn't quite know what was going on. So when I was delivered by C-section on time, not premature, and I was walked right away underground to another hospital that was connected, that knew more about a little bit what was going on. And during that time, I was in the hospital for the 8 or 9 months of my life. And they didn't know, they diagnosed me with Warden-Hoffman's disease. Warden-Hoffman's disease is the condition where they told my mom and dad that I would not live past the age of 2. And if I did, I would never be able to function normally. So in time, they finally discovered that I had what's called arthrogryposis and prune belly syndrome. Arthrogryposis, it's a condition of the joints and the muscles, and it affects everyone that has it completely differently. So when I was younger, my feet were turned in, and they called it club feet. Another joke, I can play golf with my feet. So I had surgery to straighten that out. I had scoliosis of the spine, so they put a metal rod in my back to straighten that out. And my hands at birth were clubbed, which didn't need surgery, and I was able to do it being braces, which is a miracle. And along with the arthrogryposis is my hips being dislocated out of socket. But prune belly syndrome, that's a whole nother condition, where most people that have it, it's a very extreme medical condition in the urinary system. So most people that have it need dialysis, kidney transplants, catheterizations, and many, many, many nights in the hospital. And I had reconstructive stomach surgery to fix the prune belly, and that was done in U of M. All of my orthopedic surgeries were done at the Shriners Hospital in Chicago, Illinois, because all of the hospitals in Detroit told my mom and dad they would never be able to help me, and they were going to amputate my legs, and they gave my mom and dad absolutely no hope whatsoever. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Shriners Hospital, Shriners Hospital for Children is a network of 22 medical facilities across North America. Children with orthopedic conditions, burns, spinal cord injuries, and cleft lip are eligible for care and receive all services, and the families do not have to pay a single thing. So at the Shriners Hospital in Chicago, when I was younger, I learned to walk cross-legged, because if I tried to straighten my legs out and walk like this. I walked like a penguin and I didn't go nowhere. So when I fought my legs, I could walk, run, and be mobile. And I learned how to do that on my own. And the Shriners Hospital said, just keep doing it the way you do, because if they tried to fix my hips, I would not have the mobility that I have today whatsoever. So because of the Scissor Gait, and the way, because of the Scissor Gait, I now live a very full and productive, normal life. But then again, what is normal anyway? I could have just sat back and did nothing with my life. But I chose to take my adversities and turn them into opportunities. My disability has not been a disability. It has become my greatest gift. The reason I don't sit back and let my life pass me by is my Gait, G-A-I-T. I am defined by my Gait, which is the medical term for walking. My Gait is my freedom. I have utilized humor very often in my life to help break the chains in my mind of living life with a disability. If I can laugh about my 60 pounds, club feet, and twat legs, all of you can take your problems and make light of it too. So here's a funny story. Back home in Ohio, there's an amusement park called Cedar Point, where they have good roller coasters for those of you who live there. It was like one of my high school trips, and me and my friend rode this ride already 5 times during the day. Already. And it was around the 6th time where this person wouldn't let me ride the ride and wouldn't tell me why at the date. And I'm like, well, I've done it before, it says in my book. Well, long story short, to ride a roller coaster, you have to have 3 real limbs, which I didn't know, but I do anyway. But I had socks on at the time that went to right above my leg, and I had plastic braces to help me walk. So the lady thought that I had fake legs, which is kind of funny. And all she would have had to do was ask me, and I would have told her, hey, no, look, it's real. So it's a funny kind of story to me. And then another one is, Mom, he has wooden legs. But my absolute favorite funny story is this little kid. We were in Boston for my cousin's ice skating tournament at a McDonald's. And this little kid goes up and looks at me and points and goes, look, Mom, he's old. He's really, really old. So my joke is, I can order up the kids menu and have a drink at the same time. All of my life, thousands of people have looked at me for not looking like them. But in the end, that has made me stronger. That is how I look at it and take every one of those comments and stares. First of all, it's only human nature to be curious, and I fully understand that, because curiosity is how we got here today, by the inventions and the gadgets that have been created. If I was that person on the outside, you wouldn't believe I would be looking at me wondering, why does he walk like that? What's going on? Because it's only human nature to be curious. So once I try and get to know people, I try and talk to them right away about my condition and a little bit about why I walk the way I do, because it makes me feel then that we are on the same level without the curiosity killing the cat. Living life with a disability has not defined my life whatsoever. Yeah, I might not be able to ride a bike or climb a tree or hop a fence, but who does those things anyway these days, right? We're all just online, feed, on the iPads. That's this generation. But because I was slowed down when I was younger, I learned to focus my energy on other things, like reading, doing research, and a lot of traveling with my family. And all of that led me to believe in my reason of like my purpose in life, and that's to help people. Like I know I'm here to help people. So that's how the Project Scissor Foundation started. Because not many people know about what osteolysis, the Poon-Belly syndrome is, first of all. There's nobody providing major awareness, funding, TV exposure, what have you. And it needs that just like every other medical condition that's out there. So that's a little bit about why Project Scissor started. But the first thing was the thought if my walk could help me, there has to be someone else in this world that my walk might be able to help. And in my journey, I have found one other person in the United States that walks the way I do. So, which is kind of cool. And he's 29 and lives in Pennsylvania. But as time grew on, I realized I can do so much more than just finding someone that walks like me or raising awareness. I wanted to be hands-on. So the Project Scissor Foundation now provides medical equipment, college scholarships. We help fund families to travel to the conferences. That there's an osteolysis and a Poon-Belly conference, and we help families attend that through our foundation. But one of our greatest and biggest, most exciting projects yet is that we are sending out care packages to every newborn with osteolysis and Poon-Belly that contacts the support group. And so far, we have sent out 8 care packages to families since January 2nd. So we're extremely excited, and we're really able to hands-on help people now. And that's been my whole dream. We have had a lot of different events in Detroit to raise awareness. I was able to announce at the Kid Rock shows and hype out and say, "What's up, Detroit?" in front of 20,000 people for 10 shows, which was a huge blessing and major awareness. We can all create our own reality, constantly moving, and energy follows thought. So what you feel and what you put out, that's in the universe, through hard work, through perseverance, through never giving up, it can manifest into what you run. Happiness comes from within. I wake up every day knowing and feeling in my body, mind, and soul that I am on a mission. I also realize that it takes one man to change the world, either directly or indirectly. And knowing that gives me my sense of constant happiness. I always see the positive in every situation. Yes, bad and negative things do happen to me, but I see those experiences as learning curves, and I look for the life lesson in those moments of darkness. I hope each and every one of you took something away from my speech to help you in your lives. And remember, I don't feel sorry for myself, and neither should you, because life is too important. We are all put here for some purpose, and it's about how you look at life that affects how your life is. And as Rotarians, you all know that we make a living by what we did, but we make a life by what we did. Thank you.
Do you have any questions for Marty?
Please ask me.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
29.
Ask me anything, please.
What's in the care packages?
Oh, we send out like coloring books and deodorant and things that a family member would need in a hospital. And then we provide $100 Visa gift card to every family. So when we get funding for our foundation, that's where it goes to help fund those care packages and such. Yeah?
Marty, how many people in the country do you think there are that have AMC?
Also they post it, they're all around between 10 to 15,000.
Okay.
And then Phone Belly, there's a lot less. And we're still trying to track and get all the numbers, but in the support group, that's where we have all of that information. Yeah?
How important is technology, like for instance computers?
It's been extremely, because it's allowed all of us to connect. In 10 years ago, this will be the 10th anniversary for the Author Deposit support group, and it's because of the internet and technology that was able to happen. And now we have an annual meetup of people from all over the world that get to meet. And Jimmy John, I forgot to mention, Jimmy John, the owner of Jimmy John's, gave us a very generous donation this summer. And we're going to use that to sponsor everybody that also they posted the registration fees for next year's conference. So we're extremely excited about that. Is there any other questions? Yeah.
How many people have joined since you started the foundation?
Well, I don't have like numbers, but there's been a lot of people that signed up to the groups that have also the post-its that we help me. And I have actual pins that I take donations for if you guys would like to donate for a pin and any other questions.
What about the light that you shine?
Huh?
Your light?
Oh,
Nah.
yeah. It was the ending of a speech that we all have a light inside of us that can shine brighter than the stars. Find that light within you and shine it upon the world. Yeah.
Was there a turning point or a shift in your life where you decided that your condition is a gift and you're going to make the most out of it and help people, or has that kind of been your only memory? Or?
That's kind of it's been inundated in my family, a lot of love and support, and that's what always puts me to want to do more and above and give me that drive.
Has anyone ever calculated the odds of getting all three Eagle Barrett for you? Eagle Barrett
And Plumbilly, there's only 3 people documented that have both conditions.
3 where? Here in the U.S.?
In the U.S., yeah.
In the US. But it seems, based on the math, if it's 1 in 40,000 births, mostly male,
Yeah.
and 1 in 3,000 for androgenesis, and club, it would make 1 in 6 billion
Wow.
to have all 3.
Wow. I never.
That would be 1 on the face of the planet.
That's amazing. So,
That's you.
yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned about when you're a youngster, a baby.
Yeah.
Did your parents ever check on St. Jude's Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee for children?
Yeah, the St. Jude's, they deal only with cancer
Only
patients.
with
But the
cancer.
Shriners Hospital is the equivalent
Oh, thank
to
you.
St. Jude's. Plus Danny Thomas, who was actually a
Yeah,
founder at St. Jude, he was a Shriner and founded the model of a St. Jude from the Shriners Hospital.
I
And
said-
the whole, like, not paying for
I sent the donation to St. Jude's about 6 months ago. And I
Amazing.
got a thank you letter And the person on the bottom was Margot Thomas.
Yeah,
Oh,
Marla,
yeah.
his
Marla.
daughter.
Yeah,
Annie
his daughter,
Thomas's
yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
And Steve runs that, that's amazing.
But you say Shriners does more for your condition?
Yeah,
I mean,
for the orthopedic.
everybody, any kind of.
Yeah, any orthopedic attorney.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to meet at the Shriners Shrine here in Tucson. The Shriners do wonderful work for burn children.
Yeah.
You'll see the ads on the TV for crippled children
Oh, sure.
and all different things.
Yeah.
And they have done an amazing job with that. And St. Jude does work with cancer.
Cancer, yeah.
So they're both wonderful.
Yes.
But
That's-
they do different things.
Yeah, the Shriners have, since 1922, have helped over 1 million children
Oh, yeah.
in the 22 hospitals.
They were founded in 1922.
1922.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very old organization.
siblings?
Nope, I'm the only child. And my mom had me to like, nope, that's it. They had to fight an awful lot of that sleep. Like, no. But I have a lot of.
great attitude. You have a really
Yeah.
great attitude.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything hereditary about either condition?
Froome syndrome, is hereditary, or it could be. There's a couple of siblings, in the community that have Froome, that 2 brothers, and actually both needed kidney transplants. So it's very, we found out that it's most people, it's a 50% chance of even living with Froome Valley. And when you do, like, it's an extreme disease. Yeah?
What is that word that starts with a T? What is that?
A T?
That one that he said?
I don't know.
What was he talking about?
If prune belly is.
Oh, hereditary?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It means that someone in the same family.
Oh.
If it's genetic.
Like genetic,
Ah.
Like if
like,
your parents have it or they have a tendency.
any other questions? I just thank you guys very much for having me.
Do we have a,
Are you living here now or?
No, I'll be doing that home in March, going back to Detroit.
2 months.
I love it here and I'll be here every